Hi, welcome back to Tuning into the One. This is Milan, and I want to welcome you and welcome you back to that space and that place where you can find, attract, and live in true lasting love. In this video, it's all about resolutions. Time for a new year, time for New Year's resolutions, time for new beginnings. Anytime we kind of switch off from one year to the next, we always look at it as possibly a powerful opportunity to shift things, to start anew. Truthfully, we can pretty much do this any day of the year, but it seems like when the overall environment is there for us to be able to shift, then we say, okay, I'm going to set some new resolutions. And what we really want to do is make sure that as we're setting up ourselves for a new and a better beginning, whether it's at the new year or any time of year really, we want to be able to make sure that as we're setting the resolutions, we resolve some of the issues that are still there, that stuff that can be showing up in our emotional rear view mirror of life. So, driving or being in a vehicle, there's always, you're looking ahead, right? You're always looking ahead, just like in the new year. And then there's that little mirror, and it's kind of like letting you know what's behind you. Well, emotionally and energetically, when we're looking at finding, attracting, and living in true lasting love and finding our ideal dream partner, our soulmate, and our twin flame, there could be stuff that we still might want to clean up and clear out, stuff that still may be there in our emotional rear view mirror of life. So one of the ways of looking at this is kind of like, are you struggling with ghosts from the past, aka baggage from the past? Because when it comes to the ghosts from the past, you want to be able to ask yourself specifically, are you ready to let go of the past so you can have a brighter today, tomorrow, and a brighter future? Because from the womb to the tomb, life really is all about the quality of our relationships. So it's an opportunity. And this video is an opportunity to look at the amazing ideas that you can put forth in your resolutions to live in a better space and place. It's an amazing world out there, this digital dating age, and just how many different ways we have of expressing ourselves and the opportunities and the choices. But we also, along with ghosts from the past, we also get ghosted. I just had a reply on one of the videos. Somebody's like, oh my God, I just got intimate with somebody and they ghosted me. Oh my God, what do I do? So whether it's ghosts from our own past or the ghosting of people in our present, this really isn't anything new. It happens because of a variety of reasons. But bottom line is, this time of year, especially as we're heading into a new kind of resolve, we want to be able to take it as an opportunity and a great time to find that healing feeling so we can connect from our heart and not from our hurt. That is really important because it's one of the most challenging parts of relationships, when that hurt feeling can be a trigger where we end up later regretting or looking in that rear view mirror of life and resenting what happened, what they said or did, and what we said or did. So when we're hurt or we're down or we're wounded, we can lose our balance. So when you're setting these new resolutions, resolve for yourself to be able to resolve the past so you don't end up getting defensive or go on the attack yourself. It can start small, it can grow big, it can escalate, it can turn into fighting and arguing and anger in full form. And why is it that people can sometimes say or do things that feel or sound so mean and hurtful? Well, people act the way they do, and why would they say and do things like tell us they love us or how much they care for us, and then turn around and do something or say something that's hurtful or that's mean or that's disheartening? Well, when we share and care about each other, we can sometimes say the opposite of what that caring and sharing really is all about. So being nice, being kind, being mindful with each other. And as the old saying goes, oftentimes we don't realize it, but sometimes as hurt people, we go out and we hurt other people. Truthfully, we all end up a little battle scarred, and we get scared of giving love another chance or giving somebody else another chance, and that's about trust, and that's for another video. In these moments, our past experiences can sometimes be very hurtful wounds and hurts and pains that are triggers in our present. So when we're moving forward with new resolutions, we want to be able to take that resolve that we now have and start as well to resolve the stuff that may be there. Maybe it was a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a parent or a sibling, and over time, whether it's teachers, friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, intimate partners, we can build up our layers, and included in those layers are getting scarred and feeling scared. So when you get to your adult relationships, you really end up building up walls to keep yourself safe. And we don't want to keep chasing that trigger place and have to keep revisiting it. So we want to be able to resolve it as best as possible, because the faces and the situations may shift, but somehow we find ourselves going down that rabbit hole again. The trigger, the drama, the trauma, and the hurt feelings appear. Maybe, it happens because you have somebody in your life who was a Jekyll and Hyde. One moment things are great, the next moment it's like, wow, explosion. So how do we stop this from happening over and over again? Well, one of the things we can do is we can either resolve the past, or we can develop strategies to keep ourselves from getting hurt in the present without resolving that past. And the things that can happen when we don't resolve the past is the strategies that we develop can actually end up hurting others. Maybe all this stuff about true love just isn't meant to be because of XYZ. It doesn't have to be that way. Maybe we walk around wounded and scared and scarred, building up all kinds of defenses and barriers so it doesn't happen again, and we tell ourselves that's fine because what didn't kill us made us stronger. Well, the truth is, it does make us stronger. Unfortunately, it might also make us more like the people that have hurt us than we care to believe. And that can be a profound problem. Because even if we think we're just fine on our own, or that our life is full, or that we don't need these kinds of people or these kinds of problems in our life and our issues anymore, when we don't resolve the past, we don't fix the underlying dynamic. So how can we fix the underlying dynamic so we don't end up being hurt again? Simple. Either change your strategy, don't date, don't get into any serious relationships. Been there, done that, enough is enough. I've been there. Plenty of my clients have been there. There is another way. There is a better way. It doesn't have to end up with hurt people hurting other people, whether they know it or not. And what you can do is you can resolve the past in part by tuning into your heart's desire. You can start looking at what it is you want in your resolutions and use that as a leverage point to resolve the past, because you want something different. You want something better. You want it to work out, and you want it to work out in such a way that you're able to come from a sharing and a caring place from your heart, and not from that defensive and kind of building up walls and protecting yourself kind of place that's based on your hurt. So I had a client in this past year, and she had decided that she was really done with the whole relationship thing. She was a successful career woman with a professional life in full swing, and she's kind of like, I want something new and fresh in my life. And while she was focusing on her career and having fun and looking to improve her life and looking how to get into a place where she didn't have to deal with the effects of past relationship dynamics anymore, something happened. Something that had her revisiting the past in such a way that it gave her an amazing aha moment and a wake-up call. Because inside her heart, she truly was still calling out for true love and wanted to find that special someone. But she wasn't listening to her heart so much anymore, because she was focused on making sure, she was protecting herself and getting defended, because the past had hurt her and she didn't want to focus there anymore. She wanted to move on from that place and that space. She had had enough of all that stuff from her past and didn't want any more of that drama or that trauma back in her life. What happened was an old relationship partner shared something with her about their relationship together and how he saw her. And upon reflection, what she realized was that she had been hurt many times over, and that hurt and that pain of the past translated into shutting down her heart and actually strategies of protection that ended up hurting other people as a way to defend herself against being hurt and attacked again. So this was an opportunity, and this opportunity was something that was wonderful, because she realized that the strategies that she was running were such that, well, if you do this to me, then I'm going to teach you a lesson, and I'm going to give it back to you. So what ends up happening is that she became that hurt person that through no fault of her own, through trying to defend and protect herself, was hurting other people. And what happens is unconsciously when we develop these strategies, we want to be able to keep ourselves safe. And that's obviously a wonderful opportunity to make sure that protection is there. But that protection can act as a form of rejection towards others. So what she realized was that her protection ended up being the rejection of other people. And she was translating this strategy not only in her personal, intimate relationships, but it came out towards her family members, towards her colleagues, and towards everybody else. It was like a siren calling and saying, stop, I don't want to hurt other people. And so there was this kind of wow moment. What her old relationship partner had shared with her is that she had pushed him away and closed him out of sharing her heart with him. And that after a while in the relationship, when it was going on, he didn't want to keep reaching out with love or affection because he felt hurt and rejected himself. So over time, the relationship faded and they just went their separate ways. So from his vantage point, he had invited her into his life and she had invited him into her life, only to find out from his perspective that she wasn't really emotionally available beyond a certain point. And no matter how much he tried, how he wanted to keep putting it forward, he didn't feel like he was good enough. And he kept getting hurt and rejected by her actions and behavior towards him. That warm, inviting, intelligent, independent, interesting woman with her own means of financial support was looking for Mr. Right and had gone from a warm and inviting person to a cold, critical, dismissive, and distant person. Those hurts and those wounds from the past had somehow translated into a short fuse, into resentments, into a space and a place that was quick to criticize, slamming and snapping at that behavior in front of her, resulting in a closed off heart space. My client had always wondered what happened with this relationship in particular, and she was kind of stumped. She was kind of like, we got to a really good point. We were in a positive place and then things turned downward. What happened? She realized that what this person, this man had shared with her, gave her insights on how those protection and defense strategies had gone from her being a warm and inviting person who was mindful and measured to someone who was resentful, critical, and cold and distant and unavailable. And she didn't even know it was happening. So those hurts and those wrongs and those scars from her past, from my past, from your past, from all of our pasts can create patterns. And these patterns that we see as protection can actually be showing up as attitudes of dismissiveness, of being cold, of being critical, and yes, sometimes even hurtful towards others. And that we can end up being that way around other loved ones in our lives, and that this can have a profound impact on our health, on our relationships, and on the quality of our life. So this was one of the main reasons she sought me out, because she knew she needed help. She found my videos, she liked what she saw and what I was saying, and she reached out and we started working together to fix those pieces of her life. And when she intimated to me that she realized she needed to change because of this information that came from a past partner, she wanted to shift everything, to shift how she was showing up at work, how she was showing up at home with family members, in all aspects of her life. And as we worked through the sessions, I was able to share that, hey, this is something we all go through. We all end up in places and spaces of hurt, places where we get scarred. But it's not only what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. We want to find a way back to opening up our hearts again. And we do that by tuning in to our heart's desire. We develop strategies that are more connection-based in the present moment, so we can be present with what's in front of us, but with our heart space open. Because if we don't resolve that past, then we can make resolutions over here all we want, but that unresolved past can actually have us doing the same thing that happened to us over and over again, and we want to break that pattern. And yes, life is full of challenges. And if we don't do the healing and the mending and the forgiveness work about what happened to us in our past, we can end up hurting other people and then end up years and decades down the road looking in the rearview mirror of our life and saying, wow, wow. And that's not what we want. What we want to be able to do is look at that opportunity, build in those new resolutions, and tap into our heart's desire to be able to magnetize and accelerate our soulmate attraction and develop specific strategies of how to connect, how to build compatibility, how to communicate from a mindful, kind, and considerate place so that we can share our heart as well as be able to have beautiful, wonderful boundaries about saying, yes, certain things are just not acceptable in my life, but we don't have to turn into those people who are hurting others because we've been hurt before. So if you want to start living your dreams, if you want to stop wasting your time, if you want to know how to be able to find and call in the one, if you're currently settling for less than in your dating, if you're currently feeling broken or unworthy because of what happened in the past, or if you're tired of dating duds and zeros and dating the wrong types, or if you're retired from relationships because of the fatigue, the exhaustion, the loneliness, the emptiness, and the heartbreak that happened, if you're currently aching and longing and wanting to find the one, then there is more than just wanting additional information. You want to be able to be ready for transformation, because that's the place and the space where making these new resolutions and resolving that past stuff can take that hurt and allow it to get resolved and dissolved and disappear, and allow that heart space to come out in your resolutions, in your life, in your new opportunities, to be able to be a new version, a better version. So if you're ready, if you want to be able to bring your courage and your willingness to find true love and live your dreams, I'm going to put forth a special offer for this time of year, and this is going to be available for only a limited time. It's going to be a free transformational coaching call opportunity. We'll go about 20 to 40 minutes. It's going to be a free session. You have to apply for it to see if it's a good fit for you and the right time for you and me to be working together. Then you'll be able to book your session. This is going to be a transformational call, and the transformation will begin on the call after you apply and we book our session time. In this call together, we're going to work to clarify the missing pieces in your dating and relationship plan. So if you're currently off the table and not dating, or if you feel like your relationship has got you fatigued and you're done, or you just don't know what's going on, we'll be able to work on that. We'll define some of the best dating formula points for your success, some of the best relationship connection and communication points to be able to move you forward, to uncover what's currently holding you back from finding true love, and identify any of those hidden challenges that are currently standing in your way. Most importantly, as we're doing all this, we'll work on accelerating your magnetic soulmate attraction now, so you'll know how to find and meet and live with the one in true lasting love. This is going to be for a limited time, and you'll be leaving the call feeling energized, excited, and inspired to finally find true love once and for all. If this is right for you, if this could be for you, you know what to do. At the end of this video and below this video, there's a link. Copy the link or cut and paste the link into your browser. Apply for the session. Be ready and bring your courage and your willingness to the call. Get ready to go beyond information and into transformation. And if this is for you, I look forward to seeing you soon. Milan sending you big love, as always. Wishing you the best dating success and relationship mastery, because true lasting love is real. Living in true lasting love is something I found, and I help my clients find it each and every day. And you can too. Big love.